Welcome back to G Fun Facts Online, the show that dives deep into the science behind the world around us. Today, we're tackling a heavy but incredibly fascinating topic: survival. When the unthinkable happens, a plane crash, a natural disaster, a personal tragedy, what separates those who perish from those who, against all odds, make it out alive? Is it just a random roll of the cosmic dice? Or is there a blueprint for survival etched into our psychology? Let's find out. The science suggests that while luck is definitely a factor, the true cornerstones of endurance are mindset, resilience, and an adaptable spirit. It's not about brawn, it's about the brain. Experts call this the survivor mindset, and it's a potent force that can turn fear into fuel. So what does it look like? First, survivors have a positive, proactive outlook. They don't just wait to be rescued, they actively participate in their own rescue. They focus on what they can control, no matter how small, and look for solutions instead of dwelling on the problem. This is a powerful antidote to the feeling of helplessness that can paralyze you in a crisis. Next is mental toughness. This doesn't mean you don't feel fear, it means you can manage it. Survivors can acknowledge their emotions without letting them take over, which allows for clear, rational thinking when every second counts. Then there's adaptability. Survival situations are chaotic. Those who can bend without breaking have a huge advantage. Researcher Dr. Al Siebert found that survivors often have what he called biphasic traits. That means they can be serious and playful, tough and sensitive, depending on what the situation needs. It's about being mentally flexible. And finally, perhaps the most powerful tool of all, a sense of purpose. A reason to keep fighting, whether it's the desire to see family again or a deeply held belief, provides the motivation to endure the unimaginable. It's the light in the darkness that says, take one more step, hold on one more day. Now, you might be thinking there's a specific survivor personality, but the reality is more complex. There's no one-size-fits-all profile. In fact, some research suggests it's more useful to study the want to live, the factors that make people give up. A study on survivors of the 2011 Great East Japan earthquake found 8 key traits, including leadership, problem-solving, and altruism, were common among those who made it. This suggests a mix of proactive and pro-social traits is a winning combination. But here's where the story gets even more incredible. The journey of a survivor often goes beyond just getting through it. Many people who experience intense trauma also experience something called post-traumatic growth. This isn't just about bouncing back, it's about bouncing forward. It's becoming stronger, wiser, and more appreciative of life because of the struggle. Psychologists have identified 5 key areas of this growth: a renewed appreciation for life, stronger relationships, a greater sense of personal strength, the discovery of new possibilities, and a deepening of spiritual or existential beliefs. Let's look at some real-life examples that bring these principles to life. Think of the 1972 Andes flight disaster. The Uruguayan rugby team didn't just survive. They formed a structured society, cared for the injured, and made unimaginably difficult decisions together. Their social cohesion was key. Or consider Aron Ralston, the hiker who amputated his own arm after being trapped by a boulder for 5 days. That's a story of extreme self-reliance and rational decision-making under the worst pressure imaginable. And then there's 17-year-old Julianne Kopka, the sole survivor of a 1971 plane crash in the Amazon. She used survival skills her parents had taught her to trek for 9 days through the jungle to safety. Her story shows the power of knowledge and a calm, methodical approach. So where does luck fit in? It's undeniably there. A few feet in another direction, a change in weather. These things matter. But psychological preparedness is what allows you to seize the opportunities that luck presents. As author Lawrence Gonzalez says, panic is a lethal indulgence. It narrows your focus and blinds you to solutions. The famous will to survive isn't some mystical force. It's a cultivated mindset of hope and perseverance. The great news is that these survivor traits aren't just something you're born with. You can learn and develop them. So here's how you can build your own resilience. starting today. First, embrace a growth mindset. See challenges as chances to learn. Second, practice mindfulness and emotional regulation through things like deep breathing or meditation. This trains you to stay calm under pressure. Third, build your resilience by stepping out of your comfort zone regularly. Try something new. Face a small fear. Fourth, nurture your social connections. A strong support network is a massive buffer against stress. Fifth, acquire practical skills. Basic first aid or navigation skills boost your confidence and preparedness. And finally, find and foster your purpose. Connect with something that gives your life meaning. In the final analysis, the psychology of a survivor is a powerful testament to the human spirit. We can't control the hand that fate deals us, but we can absolutely choose how we play our cards. By cultivating a resilient mindset and preparing for the unexpected, we can all learn not just to survive the storms of life, but to emerge from them stronger. That's all for this episode of G Fun Facts Online. Thanks for listening. Stay curious, stay resilient, and we'll see you next time.